What's up, everybody? Ryan the Mighty Quinn here. Good full week of training since we've last spoken. Almost full week of training. It's Thursday evening. Just left jujitsu practice. Dinged up my neck a little bit on Monday. No big deal. My own damn fault. Going with bigger guys, not warming up correctly, is what it is. So, but really took into consideration the stuff that I spoke on the last video and stuff I wanted to work on. Um, First and foremost, I started with nutrition. I'm back to intermittent fasting. Really cutting out anything sweet in my diet. I might have a soda or two this weekend, but overall, if I ever have a sweet craving, it's fruit now, and it's back to working. Uh, 3 servings of vegetables a day at least. 3 servings of protein, which is something else. Actually, for whatever reason, I mean, I love carbs, but I always trip out on protein whenever I'm supposed to be dieting better, and I notice a difference. I definitely notice a difference. So yeah, that's going on, and I fast a little differently than most. I don't do the 8 to 12 necessarily because of the way my schedule is. First I wake up early, but on top of that, when my son's eating dinner, it's usually 6:30, 7 o'clock. So usually it's 7 o'clock when I cut it off, and I do 7 to 11. And I notice benefits because usually I get a workout in around 12, 12:30 anyway, so that helps. And then plus you got to remember, I'm usually training between 5:30 and 7 o'clock in the morning before work. So that I'm pretty spent. I'm pretty ready to eat by 11 o'clock. I should be having a little something before my workout in the morning, but it's whatever. I burned some calories doing that, and it's going well. So intermittent fasting's back. Man, I got big at the holidays. I was 207 at one point. 207. I'm back down to 200. Probably by the Miami Open, I'll probably be about 194, 195. Hopefully a little less, but definitely want to by the time Gi Worlds comes in July, I want to be like 188-ish. So I'll be probably be a little bit smaller for the weight class, but that's fine. It's about where I feel good. I'm gonna have quality size, not quantity size, if that makes sense. My lean muscle feel good. Maybe eventually I drop down to the medium heavy, which is I think is 182, but that's not this year. That's just not in the cards. I compete well against guys my size, against guys a little bit bigger. I still feel strong. Just need to lean out a little bit so I can get a little athleticism, a little quickness and agility back. But let's lead into that. Now, I'm still noticing. I'm kind of anchoring. And I mean, anchoring is cool, but it's not necessarily cool in the way I'm doing it against somebody who's a little bit has active hips. They're going to be tough. They're going to sweep me, even though I have a good base. I know what these weaknesses are. I've seen them. I've used it against people in the past, and I have them now. So I got to get rid of them. I'm still anchoring. I got to be able to settle yet be ready to attack other positions. I took some risks today that I spoke on in the early video, not in areas that I planned on, or this week rather, not in areas that I planned on. Most of it was on bottom, getting into deep half and stuff like that. Again, although I do have a deep half, but I'm trying not to turn it into a single leg. I'm trying to turn it into actually, I'm trying to play a little jujitsu. Try to stay away from my wrestling and sometimes, handicap myself. The other day when I get tired, I'm going back to wrestling. I want to use my strengths when I'm fatigued. So I know I still got it. You don't want to lose, like Dean Thomas always says, when you get to the majors, don't change your swing slumping, don't change what got you there. So I still need to use that stuff that got me there, right? Keep that in mind when you're training folks too. If you have bread and butter moves, don't go away from them just because that's not the bread and butter moves. You just got to figure out different ways to set it up, or you use your bread and butter move to set up a whatever the uh, move is. I know with my striking, I had a really good left hook. I still wanted my left hook. It was a little bit more difficult to set up at the world class level, but uh, like Dia Davis worked with me using my right hand to set up my left hook. Things like that. There's other ways to get, and for you baseball folk, some people foul off the pitch they don't like until they get the one they want. It's all part of the game. I got to figure out how to set up my moves in different areas. I think it has to do a lot to do with cutting my hips, which again goes into the mobility and leaning out stuff that I got to do. I got to do more mobility work. I got to be able to cut my hips. I got to be able to be a little bit quicker off my back in some aspects, but a little bit quicker there, quicker with trying to either go to mount, knee on belly, or even more towards the north-south area to set things up. Usually I do that by arm attacks. I think that's what my issue is. Honestly, I found that in order to get my scrambling back, just start wrestling more for me helps. Wrestling is more of a scramble, more of a fast-paced style, more fast-paced art than jiu-jitsu and grappling anyway. So I think that's going to help as well. I got to add a few more wrestling rounds and some wrestling drilling into my week. Uh, Not going to drill tomorrow. Not going to do a second session tomorrow. I'm going to do the 5:30 a.m. Session, and then I'm getting my neck stretched out by a buddy of mine uh, in the afternoon, and that's all I got going on. But this weekend, I believe I'm getting a no-gi session in on Sunday, and I will be doing some kind of conditioning on Saturday, probably early morning Saturday. Now, I tried right now. Yes, I am working and I'm training every day, at least once a day. I plan on squeezing in some two-a-days as I get in a little bit better shape and then taking Saturday or Sunday off. That's the way it should be done. And by those two-a-days, it's not too really hard. Usually one's balls to the walls, one's either a moderate conditioning or just a drilling. This is the stuff we got to do. But that's the plan. It's going well. I can't wait. Miami opens a little over 3 weeks away. I'm on weight, so that's fantastic. And then, of course, Pans is in the end of March. Can't wait for that. That's up in Kissimmee, Florida. And then we got our Worlds in Vegas. And then, of course, another few other tournaments sprinkled in between. So be well, guys. Talk to you. Bye.